Okay, you guys want to talk about this Peerless just a little bit, and then we'll get out of here?
Yeah, let's do a quick review.
I thought that was going to go way farther off the rails than it did, just for the record.
It was a quick 30 minutes. That's what she said. Let's set up.
Has she ever 30 minutes?
A quick 30.
I don't know what you got going on over there, Italian blooded Stone, but
it's been a long day.
Peerless Straight Rye Whiskey. Again, this is the only thing we have on calendar scheduled until Patrick works his magic. This is a store pick from here in Tampa, Corona Cigar, formerly Davidoff. They're in Tampa, right across the street from the airport. Tommy does a great job with his picks. Man, I just got this. Ben, how long ago did we get this? Maybe like a month ago, 2 months ago? And it's
I don't know. Mine's almost gone too.
Yeah, almost half gone. This is phenomenal. If he's got any left, again, mine is the May 19, 2017 pick. This is one of the best Peerless I've ever had. In fact, I had another pick, won't say what store, that I put them next to each other, and this is like 5 times better. So I'm not being a homer for Tommy. I love Tommy. Love all that he does.
Where are you seeing the date at?
Mine has right under the Corona cigar there. It has like a barrel date.
Oh.
You don't see that on mine?
Dang, I don't have that on mine. I have this is Corona Cigar, Tampa Whiskey Society, and Tampa Bourbon Boys pick.
Oh, that's an older one. That's like a year
ago. when they do like all 3 logos on it, they run out of space to be able to put other stuff.
So this is a different pick. Still
a little bit different. Yeah. Love Tommy's Peerless picks.
From what I remember, I think this is better.
I don't think so. Okay.
Yeah, I like that Ben's not drinking what we're reviewing, correct?
He was to start the show.
I did drink it. I did drink it.
So the nose, Ben, you're the worst. The nose, I think, is excellent. It's not super rye forward. Like, it doesn't hit you with like all the herbliness of the rye, but it does have like a lot of spice, pepper. But I like the sweetness on it. I get dark chocolate. I get vanilla, caramel. Like, this is a lot of bourbon vibes, but then like it has that weird like 10 to 20% twist of the rye spice, the pepperiness.
I get a ton of fruit on mine. Like, mine is super like fruit forward, like fruit by the foot.
Raspberry?
Could be like, remember the fruit by the foot, like the fruit leather that was like bright blue. It's like that.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's kind of like tie-dye, blue and green.
Fruit roll up also. Remember that one?
Get
that too. Yeah.
Like mine's like very fruity.
But also like that rye. So remember we talk about sometimes the rye is like so refreshing and so like almost citrusy and stuff. This is like that dark, sweet vanilla rye that comes through on this. Like it is.
Yeah.
This is right. The peppermint from that old pepper plus.
Old pepper.
This is like vanilla, like almost like. Okay, here we go. Vanilla bean.
If it's in a glass, don't.
Vanilla bean in a glass. It's really good, man.
I think that's just called a milkshake.
I feel like my Peerless is better than your Peerless.
This is, I don't know what Ben is
really
knows.
My Tommy pick is better than your Tommy pick. This
is super dessert forward to me. Very bakish, like a lot of bakery type of elements with the vanilla, with the dark chocolate, cinnamon on it as well. This is very dessert pastry forward on the nose to me. It's a great nose. Ben, you can't shake your head. You're not reviewing the same thing as us. Your opinion.
I wasn't shaking my head at you. I was just thinking at how great my Peerless bottle is. I'm just so excited about drinking it because it's so good. Don't say I'm shaking my head at you. I don't care about you. I was just ignoring what you were saying and being excited about my bottle.
I will drop you off at the Papa John's and never pick you up again.
Sounds great. Me and Peyton Mann will be hanging out.
You and Papa John's. Okay, so
doesn't Peyton Manning own some Papa John's? Am I wrong about that?
I think Peyton probably separated himself from that one a little bit.
Dang it! I was so close to making a football joke.
All right, so the taste for this to be one, it's really good, which I know is a great description, but it is.
I like it.
It's very good.
What a good adjective.
It is super hot and aggressive though, so it takes a little bit of getting used to for me. It is on the aggressive.
He's a drinker too. Yeah, I agree with that.
It hits you hot. Like I hated the first sip, and now I've kind of gotten acclimated. I'm getting like the nice buttery, biscuity, but with spice too. Same. Yeah. Ben, again,
first sip I had to take a sip of water.
if you just be on your third drink, then you'd be like, this is the best thing in the world.
That's true.
Just saying.
That's true.
What's your problem here, man? Jeez.
I am getting a lot of the fruitiness now, though, on the flavor profile.
Nose?
It's very no, not on the nose. You know what? I think I'm done reviewing this one. I think I'm done here. Ben's ruined it for me. He's ruined whiskey.
Nah, this is great. I had the first Peerless. I had the second Peerless. They're all good. They're all good.
Let's just go through and rate this thing and get out of here. How's that? We don't have to talk about it more. We'll just give some numbers, give some arbitrary numbers.
Arbitrary numbers. And this is somehow going to make the big board, though. This is going to make the big board, and Ben's not even drinking the right one.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Here's what I do wish, though. I would love a crossover pod where. Do you know what name I'm going to say, Brendan?
No.
What I think would make this show is for
Charlie.
One time, I wish that Trey Rowland would host this show.
We can ask him.
I don't know who that is.
I think that'd be amazing. I think as much crap as Ben gives us, I feel like Trey and him would just go right at it. It'd be amazing.
Who is Trey? Do I need to give
Trey
him much crap?
Trey is my nemesis.
Oh, okay.
No, Trey works with Brendan, does some like podcast stuff. He's like a really good host, man. Like he lives in the middle of like nowhere, Iowa, but he went to FSU. He's a great guy.
Trey's a big beer guy, so maybe we could do like a beer
this Peerless.
episode.
Oh, like off record. Pause the live show. If you're watching a live show, ignore put earplugs in. When we do that beer, that barrel age and stuff, we should send Trey one of those.
Have Trey do it. That's a good idea.
All right.
I like that.
All right. That didn't happen. If you've never watched this before, you get two. It's a scale of 10. 2 points for the nose, 4 for the taste, 1 for the finish, 1 for how cohesive and complex it is, and then 2 for value. Comes out with a score of 10. You're not supposed to consider value throughout the rest of the score, but Ben always does. So our scores are always skewed. But 2 points for the nose. Brendan, start us off.
1.5. It's a delightful nose. Like it a lot. Very sweet, very savory, complex, very good. Someone else.
Anyway, okay, I'll go 175.
Oh, same thing for me. Yeah, 175. I think it's even
because they're great. Oh man, this nose is incredible.
Fantastic. You get the rye, you get
vanilla fruit roll up.
Really good. Taste. You get 4 points here. Ben, you can start us off.
Taste. Okay. So.
We always go nose then taste.
Some people's palates are a more baby palate than some of us, and can't handle, things more than 81 proof. Okay, and that's some people are Brendan. Whatever. I don't need my palate to get acclimated to the greatness of this bottle, and so I'm thinking in my head, this is like a 3 1/4 palate, 3 1/4 taste. So there you go, 3.25.
At no point during your incoherent rambling did you come up with anything that resembled a thought.
3.25. That was the number.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Brendan,
we are all dumber from listening.
We are all
Happy Gilmore. It's a great movie.
Oh, man. You just went overboard with that joke.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not.
Yeah. Yeah, just click that joke right off. Okay.
I need some water, boy.
Take that from me.
That was the longest yard joke I've ever heard.
Oh. Brendan, what do you got for palate?
All right, let's be grown-ups. Come on.
All right. Wedding singer. So
I barely know her.
I'm not that far off from Ben's score, even though he accused me of having a little baby palate, and even though we're drinking different whiskeys. It is very hot initially. Once you get acclimated to it, however, it's super rich. Oh, easy for me to say. Super rich and a Louisville, and very sweet, savory, got a little spiciness. So again, really hits on the complexity side. Very enjoyable. 3 for me. It's a 3. It's well above average.
Man, I really love this, and I struggled with not being too much of a homer, but I really wanted to give this a 3.5, but I honestly just felt like I was being too much of a homer if I did. Johnny, yes, it was Billy Madison.
Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate you coming in clutch.
I think maybe he missed the other joke. So like he was just saying another movie.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
The ellipses there make me think he's correcting.
Yeah.
And Johnny, you're
maybe.
good to me.
I don't know. Did you meet Johnny? Oh, you met Johnny. No,
good hustle.
Oh yeah, he's in there.
Oh, is that Johnny?
Good hustle, Johnny.
Johnny, I'm going to another football game. I'm sitting in the stands by myself.
Look at this. This is all I want out of this channel. This is Patrick. I made it 5 minutes of watching this without pouring a bourbon on my own. It's too weird watching without also having. When we first started the show, if you go back, it's probably terrible audio quality. Like it's probably not any good. If you go back and watch the very first episode, we mentioned that. We said we want people. Yes, it's Johnny. Here's Johnny. Different actor. We said that we wanted people to pour a glass and drink with us because bourbon is about the experiences and about the people you share it with. And so, Patrick, first episode, but thank you for indulging us. 3.25.
Talks about tours and the tours that at Michter's provides.
The finish. I'm going to give this a 0.75 on the finish out of 1. I think it's above average. I don't know that it's elite. I can't give it the full 1, but 0.75 me. Ben?
When I finish my tour at Michter's, hashtag Patrick, I think I'm going to be giving this the point. Okay. 0.5. 0.5. I really want to give it more, but I'm not.
You're not. Okay.
Move it on.
Move it on. I understand.
I'm not confident in my
and
finished palate right now.
I will go with Ben, Intoxicated Ben, with 8.5 as well. It's just really spicy, and it's probably the least pleasant part of this. It fights you the most. It's not all that enjoyable to me. It's not bad. It's just it is really, really hot. My little baby palate can't handle it. 0.5.
Baby.
We'll keep it with you, baby palate. What you got for cohesiveness and complexity out of 1?
Come on, dude.
A 1. I think it hits. It's really cohesive. This might even get bonus points for complexity because I think it is very complex across the board. But despite Ben, I'm not going to give it a bonus. So just a 1. Perfect 1.
There's no bonus. That's ridiculous.
Ben, what you got?
0.75. I've never given anything a 1 before. I can't start now.
You have given 1s in this category.
Okay,
I don't know
it
if
is.
he had. Okay,
one it
wow.
Is.
Wow, the first time ever.
This is on the
no,
board.
he gave Redbreast Cast Strength a 1. So
that was elite.
I like that. That was a solid bottle.
Shout out Joe Decadence. He tried Redbreast Lestau, which is their like super sherry cask finish one, and it is just straight candy. It is one of the most dangerous whiskeys I've ever had in my entire life. But you guys don't drink Irish whiskey. Is it 80? It is lower proof. I think it's like 90.
How's that dangerous?
Because you'll drink it like it's a cup of soda because you just drink a ton of it.
It's 90 proof.
Alcohol poisoning.
This is good. Man, I like this Peerless pick. Jeez.
So, takes us into value. This is a store pick, so you couldn't get this exact pick, obviously. But you can. The store picks of Peerless are not super hard to find. Also, the small batch is pretty common. It's not super cheap. This rye is not a cheap one. It's $89.95, right? So it's $90.
But the store picks.
TJ, what was your cohesiveness complexity score?
I had a 1 as well. I had a full 1.
Okay.
So at $90, this is pricey, but this is, I mean, I have been crushing this. Got it like a month ago and have been killing this bottle of all my whiskeys. Like it's less than half full. I think Ben probably poured an entire Glencairn based on the way that he's doing this podcast. So maybe I haven't drank that much, but no, this bottle is absolutely, to me, it is pricey, but it is a store pick. And when people ask us all the time, and we talked about this on the Kentucky Owl Confiscated Rapid Review. People ask us, what should I go spend $100 on that'll be good and worth it for $100? I don't think much at retail. Like you can go buy the Kentucky Owl Confiscated. You can go buy some of the Horse Soldier stuff. You can buy some of the Garrison Brothers stuff, and all that stuff's good. But I would take this at 90 over all that other stuff. And so I'm going to give this a 1.25 on value. I'm going to say it's an above average value. It is expensive, but you get what you pay for. 1.25 me.
Huh. So I think that puts TJ at a total score. I had to do the math on this one, which is a dangerous proposition.
The spreadsheet up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, did I do it correctly? Does that give you a score of 8?
Yeah, you're right on that. Yeah.
Wow. I did the math right, and that's a big boy score.
Thank you for that. Kentucky Owl quick review was good. We have a good time with those. Just quick reviews, take 5-7 minutes and get out of there.
Yeah, not like this one.
Brendan, what you got for value?
Please tell me. In the next
I'm at a 6 going into value. So it's this $90?
$90.
Mm-hmm. And that is hefty. You know what? I'll go with a 1 for value. Like it is an expensive bottle, but you are getting a really high quality, unique, complex juice in there. So I think you're getting what you paid for. I'll go with 1, and that gives me a score of 7, which I think is very respectable.
Yeah. Ben, up to you. $90.
Yeah.
What you got?
So I'm not a huge fan of spending $90, in general.
Shocking.
That being said,
Mr. Happy Hour.
Yeah, happy hour drinker, if anything. A couple things to consider. 1, you said that you like this store pick 6 times better than you like the other store pick that you had, right? And so you have to make sure that the profile of your store that is picking your bottles is like the one that you like. If you don't like those kind of profile, then you're like really out of luck with this one. That being also another consideration too is this store pick. The pricing on this is pretty similar to the regular pick, like the regular in-store product. Like you're spending the same amount,
like $80. Yeah.
Right. And so for the extra like $5-10, the chance you have of getting a stellar bottle is ramped up. So I think that's probably the best $5-10 you'll spend is just buying the store pick version of this Peerless Rye.
And a lot of the places around here do let you sample. Tommy lets you sample. Lucan's lets you sample. Gaspar's lets you sample. Whiskey Willie's lets you sample. You can sample at these places. And so,
yes,
if you're spending $90, I would sample it before you do. Sorry, keep going with your value, but I did want to point that out.
Right. And so I think all that to say, I think this is a very 1 value. This is a 1.25 if you have this store pick. Like Tommy just is a great picker, just in general, for like the masses. And so like it'd be a 1.25 if you live in Tampa. For everybody else, if you don't, it's like a 1 in my head.
So are you a 1 or a 1.25 because you live in Tampa?
Since this is Tommy's pick, it's 1.25. That's how it goes.
Sorry, if you live in Tampa, your ratings suck. So that takes our final scores. I'm at an 8. Brendan's a little bit of a hater tonight. It's probably because Ben was hurting his feelings, but that's fine.
That's true. Ben was kind of a cock. What was your value?
Brendan, Ben's was a 1.25 as well.
For this particular bottle.
Brendan was at a 7.
I have both.
Ben was at a 7.75. That's an average of 7.58. That's not bad.
Really good. Yeah,
that's really good. Again, I don't make a practice of buying $90 bottles either. But this is Peerless is one that I will always get. Like it's just something that I love. I love Peerless. I loved the bourbon. And then I got introduced to the rye, and that was like, whew. It's
a really good chance to like take on your like store. Like it's going to be a good product regardless. And so like, is the store going to pick the right profile for you?
Let me ask you guys this, because you're both into Peerless. I've never bought a bottle of Peerless. I've only gotten samples from you, and I've liked every single sample. Have you guys ever had well, let me ask you this way. Have you ever purchased a bottle of Peerless that you weren't happy with?
Yes.
When I was just talking the other day about the one that I put next to this one, I don't think I was unhappy with it until I tried it up against this one. I think it was really, really great. Or I think it was good. Like I was enjoying it. I liked the bottle. And then I tried this one next to it, and I couldn't drink the other one anymore. It was that stark of a difference. So I guess that's kind of cheating because it was good until it's like, if you cheered for the Knowles for 5 years and then all of a sudden you move to Tuscaloosa, I was happy with the Knowles, but now I'm a freaking winner. So this is the Alabama of Peerless bottles. And so that's the... Anyway, yeah. But no, I don't think I've ever bought a bad one that I thought was like bad. I think they've all been really, really good that I've had. I like the product that Peerless puts out.
Mm-hmm.
But the only one that was a little bit disappointing was the one that I tried just before this one. And it happened. So that's like 1 out of like 8 bottles that I've had. So, they're hitting on a 80% or, 85%.
I think I have 4 Peerless bottles in my house right now. Just as a point of reference.
So that's
like the most of the distilleries that I have is like I have 4 of these.
For Ben, that's a that's
a lot.
Pretty big deal. Yeah, because Ben doesn't keep a ton of bottles on hand. He's pretty frugal with the amount of space he allocates towards it. Unlike me, who has bourbon pouring out over my head right now.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Hey, this was a fun review. Our total came to 7.58.
That's a buy.
We're repeating. That's a buy. If again, taste them. If your local store will let you taste the Peerless before you can get it, it's a big commitment. $90 is a huge commitment. But if you can taste it, you can try it there in the store, see if you like it, roll with that.
Not for the faint of heart. You got to be a bourbon rye drinker to enjoy this bottle, right? Like this isn't a newcomer, even mid-level. Like this is, you got to be a fan.
This is not a beginner. Proof is high. We didn't talk about this, but the proof is
proof and purchase are going to be
111.
high, so
111.4 on mine.
Drink's hotter than
that. Patrick asked, "Is Market Square Liquor still doing legit store picks?" In my Tallahassee days, they had some insane picks, and they're still legends in the super small elitist kind of secondary groups because of their Willet single barrel picks from the early 2010s. I try to run by MSL every time I'm in town. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Like I had my daughter with me last time I was in Tallahassee, so I just skipped right on through and passed it up and got on the interstate and left for out of town. Brendan, you go by there somewhat. Tell us about Market Square Liquors there.
No, they do a really good job with their store picks. You're not getting Willet store picks anymore. That's become pretty sparse, but in general, they do a really good job with their store picks, and just their beer selection is really good. Everything they do is very solid. But no, you're not finding those like super unique store picks unless you know someone pretty well at the store, I think, at this point, which is bourbon in general today.
Yeah, I try to go by there for my beer pickups. When I'm in Tallahassee, I either go to Proof or I go Proof or Ology, or if I'm on the outside of town, I try to go to Market Square and support them.
And Market Square has a bunch of local products at their store too, which I will say both, but they have Ology, they have all the local beer places like Proof and Deep. So yeah, Market Square Liquors does a really good job with that.
I will say though that
you will it say.
Yeah, I will it say that
good hustle.
When we go up into to Corona down in Tampa here, locally, we usually try to bring a bottle of something just for like Tommy to taste. And it's hard to like give somebody that has like a bar things that he doesn't have, right? Like, how do you do that? But we brought in a bottle of was it Four Roses barrel strength?
The Bobby Bowden pick from last year.
No, we didn't bring that. We brought some bottle to Tommy from Market Square, and like he picked up and was like, "Oh, these guys, they do great stuff." Yeah. Tommy even knew the guys up at MSL, so they definitely have a good following and have a good kind of like standing in the bourbon community. So, yeah, just a pretty solid store chain.
It was very cool. Like Ben said, what do you buy the guy that has all of the bourbon you could ever want? We brought him some stuff from Market Square Liquors, and he was thrilled with it. So the answer is take him stuff from MSL. That's what you buy the person that has all the liquor they could ever want. But it was cool because Tommy has given us, he'll say, "Oh, I just got this in, try this." Or, there's some stuff he's like, "Oh, I can't even tell anybody you tried this or try this or try." Tommy takes care of us, and we really appreciate him. But like when we want to try and give back to him, it's very difficult because
like, how do we do that?
We'll never be able to give back. So we try to bring in store picks from other things. We brought him a couple store picks from Market Square, and he has loved them. So shout out Tommy. Shout out the boys over at Corona Cigar there in Tampa. They do a great job. Hey, the chat was popping tonight, man. Sean, Jason, Patrick, ECB04 Knowles. That's a tough name to say. Johnny, Rudder Butter. You have a great name. Everybody really that contributed, even Eddie, Baker, Bruzel, all of you guys, appreciate it a ton. Hey, if you watch this, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it to your social medias. That helps us a ton. We really just, when we started this, we said like, hey, if it never grows, never does anything, we're still just three buddies sitting around drinking bourbon, and that's good enough for us. But it'd be cool if it grew too. So do us a favor and share it. Do us a favor and subscribe. Tell your buddies. Tag them in here. It's cool when you start to see the comments kind of going nuts, and we can interact with you guys during the shows. We like drinking with you. We like hanging out. Brendan, Ben, you guys got anything else before we get out of here?
Let's roll. Roll FSU.
That's not. Thank you to everyone for participating. All the people on Twitter as well gave recommendations for places in Louisville. Stuart came up clutch with like 30 suggestions. So thank you, everyone.
My man, Stuart Owens. Good stuff. We forgot to do pursuits and purchases. Ben and I both got a bottle of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof from Tommy. Appreciate you, Tommy. Love you. We'll be back. We'll do some live. We'll do some stuff from Louisville. Enjoy it. Go Knowles.
Live. We'll do it live. His name is Brendan.
My pursuit and purchase. No one cares.
No one cares about Brendan. Especially not Chris and Josh.
Okay.
We're still live. Shut your mouth, Ben.
I barely know her.
I'm